Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Wednesday Wisdom. You're here with Adam Henson on the Adam Henson Show. Now today, I really wanted to dive into, here we go, stop overthinking. Our mind gets us to worry about the things that haven't and may never happen in the future, or to have those regrets about the past and just constantly diving into the negative mindset that destroys our lives. And today I really wanted to give you some great insight of how to not let these little things destroy your life, because your life is a beautiful one. Your life can be created and destroyed all within one thought. So let's stop overthinking and let's create the life that we want. Let's get into it. So first, what we're going to talk about today. Be gentle. We all fail, and we all win. Okay? Set a timer, 60-10 rule. I'll explain that in a sec. Focus on one task and talk it out or write it down. Okay? So that's how we're going to stop overthinking. Okay? Here we go. Paralysis by analysis is very real. Don't let overthinking, Don't let overthinking prevent you from moving forward, right? Paralysis by analysis. We dive into things so deep. We're like, well, if this happens, and this could happen, and maybe this will calm down, right? Don't analyze everything to death, right? Set your goal, set your intention, and go after whatever you want. Yeah, we're going to come up against obstacles. Yeah, certain things are going to happen. But it's what you do with these obstacles and what you do in these times that are going to move you forward. If you have a plan for them, I always say to make sure that you set a couple goals or set a couple obstacles that you might hit. And then basically you'll either won't hit them or you'll go straight through them because you'll already have a plan for when they can. You'll already have that hurdle set up to overjump that obstacle. So, first point here is to be gentle. We all fail and we all win, right? We only fail when we don't move past our failures. When you stay stuck in that failure and say, I'm not good enough, I can't get to that next place. I can't live this life that I want to live because I've failed in the past. I can't do it again. That's where you're failing. But when you look at your life and say, you know what? I failed yesterday, but I'm not going to fail today. I'm going to go. And if I do fail again, I'm not going to fail tomorrow because I'm going to go after this goal. And if I fail tomorrow, I'm not going to fail the next day. You just keep pushing through until you find that rhythm. You're not always going to fail, right? You think about a baby that's learning to walk. You think about half the business owners in this world. They don't become successful overnight. They fail their way to success, right? And that's what you need to do. When you stop because of a failure, that's when you've truly failed. Now here's a big thing. This is a quote that I truly try to live my life by, is don't tell yourself something that you would never say to your best friend. And that's really where our mindset goes. That's really where that negative thinking can dissipate and disappear from your life. If you think something like, I am not good enough, would you tell your best friend if they were struggling that they're not good enough? No. You would say, you know what? I understand that you feel like that because you failed, but let's focus on those positive things in the past and move yourself forward because you are worth it. I know you can achieve anything you want. That's what I tell my best friend. And that's what we got to tell ourselves. Don't let the world, the society, the people around you tell you things that you don't need to hear. You're bigger than that. Self-love will move you into a higher level. When you take care of yourself, you're going to be able to provide to so many people. You know, I created a podcast a while ago. I don't even remember if it's still up, but it was about putting your mask on first. And it's all about when you're flying and they say, if the oxygen masks happen to fall, put yours on first, then you can help people. That's basically what you want to do within your life. If you're not at your peak state, if you're not able to get to that highest level, you're not going to be able to help people. You're not going to be able to provide to people because you'll be suffering inside. Self-love. Take care of yourself first, please, by being gentle with yourself, loving yourself, understanding that failure is a part of life, but so are wins, and focus only on those wins to take your life to that next level. There's my clock. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. That's Gandhi. If you don't do anything, you're not going to get a result that you want. So when you go to that failure and you're like, I can't do it anymore, I'm done. Well, I can guarantee you 100% you're not going to hit that goal because you've stopped. But if you go, you know what? I'll just take another action. Might not be the right action, but if I keep adjusting my actions, I'm going to achieve that goal. You're going to achieve the goal. You just have to keep constantly adjusting your actions. So focus on one task. What is that one, when we have an office like this, or we have a situation like this, and it's all over the place, I need to get this done, I need to get this done, you are going to be so overwhelmed that you're probably not going to take that action necessary. Pick one thing. What's one goal that you want to go after? And set a timer and say, okay, I'm only focusing on this one task. That's it. There's nothing else that I'm going to focus on for this next 30, 40 minutes. It's like when I create these PowerPoints or I create these YouTube videos. I don't focus on, okay, I know I need to create, my blog and my podcast and work on my coaching packages and do this. I don't do any of that. I go, okay, what's my focus right now? And I spend a half an hour or whatever time I've allotted for this one task. Do you know how easy? Most of the time I complete the task prior to my timings, and then I can move on to the next. But when you're trying to think of so many different things, you get overwhelmed, you get confused. It's like when I tell you right now, don't think of your kitchen. Don't think of your kitchen. Don't think about the color of the cabinets. Don't think about the fridge. Don't think about any of that. Just focus on what I'm saying. Focus on my PowerPoint slides. You probably just took a walk through your kitchen because that's where our mind goes. So when you can only focus on one task at a time, like multitasking is a myth, right? I try to listen to books and do other things. I honestly do not listen to the book. And I miss certain things because I'm not a multitasker. And I don't believe people are, right? If you are, you're above my level. Because if you can really focus on two different things at once, like truly give your undivided attention to two things, that's kind of an oxymoron, undivided attention to two things, then you're great. But I can't do that and most people can't. Right? You have divided your attention. So just focus on one task, set your time. I always have a notepad beside me. So if something look, here's my notepad right here. So if something happens and I'm like, I think of something for my next task, I'll write it down and I'll be like, I'll get to that after I'm done this. And that's how you just constantly keep going, right? Now, the next thing is to follow the facts. It's impossible to give your full attention to more than one task. You will limit your productivity to one task over the other. I said that. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about here is talk it out or write it down. This helps get things out of your head and onto the paper or with a coach, right? This is where a coach comes in handy because you can have a conversation and clear your mind and prepare yourself for decision making, right? One of the things that, who was it? It might be, I think it's in Think and Grow Rich, is Dale Carnegie, it might have been Dale, doesn't matter. What he would do is have a visualization session at night before he went to bed, and he would have conversations with situations he's going through with people in his lives. He'd be talking to Gandhi, and he'd be talking to Buddha, and he'd be talking to whoever, right? And really, it would help him. He'd be like, well, what would you do in this situation? And it clears your mind, and it like when you write things down and you're like, okay, if I was so and so, how would I resolve this situation? Right? A lot of, one of my mentors, he uses the example of, someone that, let's say Richard Brunson. If he were in my shoes right now, and let's say I quit my job, would he even bother going to work? Probably not. He would create something and create that because he has this mindset, right? So you put yourself in their shoes and it really begins to create your process and change your life. It helps for that decision making. Second thing, it helps you deal with stress. If you're not thinking about something all the time because it's down on a piece of paper you've given it to someone else to kind of help analyze it with you, your stress level is going to drop. What about clarifies your emotions? I always say that when you're going through an emotional time, it's on purpose. It's there to tell you what you're thinking about and what you need to change. Your emotions are the key to change your life, right? Because when you feel mad, it's because you're thinking about something. When you feel happy, it's because you're thinking about something. So really understand what your emotions are. It's like, I'm feeling like this right now. That's why I always say journaling is so important. Because you can go, oh man, I felt mad 2 days ago. I'm feeling it again today. Why was I mad the other day? And you go back in your journal and go, oh yeah, that's right. And it also helps you take action. Action is the key to creating that life that you want. If you don't take the actions every day, you're going to stay in that comfort zone and you are not going to change your life. Change your life. It's up to you. Your life is your responsibility. I always say that. A day of worry is more exhausting than a week of work. When you're sitting there focused on what if, and what if, and what if, and what if, you're going to be so stressed out. You're going to be so tired. Work at what you want to achieve. Go after that you want to achieve. It's going to be less stressful. You're probably going to have a lot of fun with it, and you're going to create that life that you want. Stop stressing over the things that you worry about. So there you go. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. And remember, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.